Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at Act 6, Chapter 2, first quest, and we're going to do a single run through the entire path. And we're going to be mainly talking about how to deal with that life cycle node, which can be quite annoying. So basically what it says is they have a shield on them, more or less, and you disable that shield by knocking them down. Every time you disable that shield, it restores. Initially it restores in half a second. Every consecutive time you knock them down, you increase that timer by half a second up to 3.5 seconds max. And while the shield is active, if you were to knock out the opponent, instead of being knocked out, they will heal back to 10% health every single time. So your strategy here is basically disable that shield and then deliver your final blow. In order to make sure you have more time to do so, you pretty much have to knock them down several times throughout the fight. And the champions that work best with such strategy are basically champions that rely on heavy attacks or can spam easy special ones and so on. So basically champions like Captain America Infinity War, like Phoenix, Emma Frost, Hyperion, and pretty much Archangel. Any champion that relies and can incorporate heavy attacks in their playstyle is pretty much going to do best. Like here, what we did is we knocked him down to 8% health, made sure shield is disabled, and launched our special 3, which is going to be one of the better strategies to deal with this, just because you do not have to find an opening within that limited amount of time. Therefore, it is a good idea to kind of like save up to your special 3 when opponent's going to be nearly knocked down, and then you can actually deal with him, like just knock out him with special 3. So next fight on the lane is War Machine with Unblockable Finale, which could be quite tricky, but we're going to try and use Quake over here. So now Quake, basically you can fight all of the fight as normal, but at the end there is a bit of a tricky bit where you need to time your heavy attack and knock him over just about as your aftershock charges are about to expire. Therefore, disable the shield at that point and let the aftershock charges kill the last like 10% or whatever is going to be remaining over there. So it is a bit tricky with Quake, but you can use her perfectly fine in these quests. I think I'm going to get smacked in the face somewhere over here. And yeah, that's another side note. Do not expect perfect gameplay in these videos. I recorded them super early on my way to work or at work, just because I'm kind of rushing to put out some content for you guys and possibly help you out. So basically today and tomorrow I'm going to try and do a single lane of each chapter, like not the ones obviously I explored in my initial completion run, and kind of release a video on how to deal with some of the things, what are the better counters, so on and so forth. So here, yeah, we're using Quake. As we can see, War Machine is nearly dead. This is basically the last set. So now he's at the point where we need to disable the shield. Since we never knocked him down, that shield expiration is going to be really short. As you can see here, we did not make it in time. So this is going to take you like a few practice runs. Also, luckily, because we are Quake, we bypassed Unblockable Finale with our concussion. So we don't have to worry about that. But here, as you can see, we were still a slightly bit too slow. So now we're going to wait for our next set of concussion charges, which is a bit annoying, but still Quake is so valuable in certain fights like the Dormammu towards the end that it is worth kind of like going through the trouble and getting your timing right and bypassing some of the more difficult fights. And here, as you can see, we nailed it, and War Machine is dead. He died while the shield was on the cooldown. So for some of the next fights, I'm going to be trimming the actual fights down and kind of showing the finishes, just because I do not want this video to be like 20 minutes long. So then we're going to go to that Iron Patriot. I did make a mistake earlier in the video and I ended up eating a level 3 just because I forgot about his overload. But anyways, so here you can see I did not follow my own advice. I did not save up to level 3 in time. But still, because we have knocked him down a fair amount of time, we are about to kind of like there. We just missed it. So again, we need to disable the shield, which we did now. We could have launched a special 3. We should have launched special 3, but I don't know why I didn't. So I didn't follow my own advice. Anyway, so we knocked him down again. We're using special 3 and he's about to be dead. Captain America Infinity War is going to be a great help throughout entire 6.2, and it's no exception at this lane. He's going to be definitely helping you out. So Next we're gonna move on to... So we moved on to Emma Frost against original Iron Man. So here once again we are in the last kind of like section of the fight, just because for the most part you can fight pretty much normally. Just make sure you knock them down a few times and that's about it. And here, as we can see, we are disabling the shield. He's at 3% health, and then we launched our level 1, which crit, and we finished off the fight. So that is kind of the trick. You either need to launch special 3 or basically kind of like save your special attack after you have knocked down an opponent with heavy attack. That is going to be what you end up doing most often in order to actually kill these opponents. So here is last minute and a half against this Iron Man Infinity War fight, and this guy was actually quite annoying. Well, first of all, Iron Man Infinity Wars always are annoying. Second of all, he has like a massive power gain whenever he strikes your block, and against Infinity War that will happen occasionally. So Hyperion actually I think here is one of the better matchups, just because you can either choose to punish his heavies with your heavies, or you can also use your level 1s and get him down that way. Again, so we are here at his like final few percent, so we need to get him knocked down. I did make a mistake earlier in the video. As you can see, I ended up on 24% only because I ate a level 1, but here we knocked down his shields. Well, he's on 8%, he didn't have any armor ups active, so we used the level 3, and that's all she wrote there, and we did manage to clear this fight. So I will move on now to the next fight, and I think next one is the Dormammu that you're gonna have to fight pretty much every single time before the boss, and that dude is annoying. I think he has Spyton or something like that, if I remember correctly. I just remembered that I didn't want to Quake and Shake, I wanted to Quake and Bake, if those are the right terms. I just say Quake and parry. But yeah, so I am going to be cutting towards the last part of the fight using Quake as well here. So we can see that he is nearly dead. Our last set of aftershock charges kicked in, but the life cycle node is still saving him. So once again we kind of need to time our heavy attack knockdown, thus disabling the shield with the last bit of our aftershock charges. And over here now we can see, yes, that he gets stunned. I knock him down, and that unfortunately didn't do enough damage. So we're gonna try again here for the third time. Typically for me the third time is a charm, just because the timer is longer. So there we go. We did not manage to kind of like time it this time, so we're gonna have to wait for another set. So here we do parry him, we knock him down, disable the shield, and Dormammu goes down. Perfect. So far we cleared the entire lane with plenty of mistakes, but without using any items, and now we are going to be left with our boss fight. Boss fight is Symbiote Supreme, and basically in this fight there's nothing too special about it. You just don't want to trigger any buffs, which you wouldn't want anyways, because there's like pilfer stuff on all sorts of nasty stuff. So do not bring any champion that kind of triggers buffs on themselves. So we're initially going in with Emma Frost, just to deal as much damage as we can. So here we shoot off a level 2. Unfortunately none of the hits crit, so you don't do too much damage. And then we basically kind of have to start over. We're going to build up to another level 2. Throw in a few heavy attacks, just to kind of like knock him down a few extra times. And now we are nearly there. We're almost ready to shoot off our level 2. We do that. First hit crits, and second one does as well. We do massive amount of damage. Don't have too much health left. And here we unfortunately, yeah, I should have just tried to block it and survive it. I did evade the last hit, and that meant I triggered dexterity on myself, and that meant I immediately died. However, overall this boss isn't too bad. Now we're just gonna take in Captain America, Infinity War to finish him off, like spam a bunch of heavy attacks, and that's gonna be about it. I will make a slight mistake here, but it's not gonna kill me. But anyway, so the first boss, it's nothing too difficult. Just take in any champion that doesn't buff, do a bunch of heavy attacks, and that's about it. I don't think that you need anything like too special to prepare for this boss. Anyways, I hope this video helped you guys. I hope you guys found it useful. I will be making one like this for every single quest in 6.2. So anyways, that's gonna be me done for today. I hope you hit that like and sub button, and I'm gonna see you guys soon.